Good evening from NYChessKids. My name is Saudin. In today's lesson, we're going to study the endgame that happened between Reti and Akiba Rubinstein. Here, what we have is a better bishop than a knight. So, bishops are usually better in open games and in a positions where you have pawns on both sides, on the king side and on the queen side, right? At the moment, kings are not doing very well. They are disconnected, right? They cannot get really into the center of the board. So we need to improve the kings, right? Both kings are moving towards the center. I know Black King would love to go to F5, but Reti says, no, no, you're not going to go there. And um, now let's see a little bit what's happening with the with the pawns. There are double pawns here, and that's clearly a problem for White. The knight is protecting this pawn on C2. But you see, the knights on the last rank are usually not good. And also, there's this weak pawn on a2 that can be attacked, right? So black plays king d6, h3, and now, of course, there's nothing to do here with the bishop on a4 because the pawn on c2 is protected two times. So bishop comes to d7. And here in this position, we have a very important move, h5. Now, this is a kind of move you really need to learn, right? What's happening with this move? Black is trying to open up the game, right? Because you know the bishops are stronger if the game gets opened. So if white takes this pawn, right, then black will try to play like this, king e6, king f5, right? And if he gets to f5, then it's clear that black king improved tremendously. So there is a chance to win the game here, right? Now, Reti played a knight h2, but the problem with the knight on h2, it's on the edge of the board, and it is in a very defensive position, right? So black played king d6, king e2. This is a mistake, right? White needs to play a better move than king e2. Probably king d2 is better. Now, pawn to d4. This is a great move. This is a super great move. Now, look, if pawn takes on d4, right? That's what happened in the game. Then it's clear that black has a different ideas. First, the bishop is even more open right now that it can go to the center of the board. But also this idea, right? If black can move to the pawn on a2 and capture that pawn, then pawn a7 would become a queen, right? So that's the idea, to improve both bishop and the king. Now, if you pay attention to the pawn on d4, that's also now an amazing piece because it is blocking the pawn on c2 to get into the game. So what happened right now is after the trade, bishop goes to c6, and this is a really important strategy to understand, right? Bishop goes into the center of the board. It is centralized, right? It's significantly better than the knight on h2. Look at that knight on h2 on the edge of the board. The knights are the pieces that needs a stable place, like they need an outpost, but here it is very bad, right? So a3. Okay, now black plays a move that's very important here, right? He plays b5, and now Rubinstein creates a pawn that can become a queen, right? Here he doesn't push b4, right? But he pushes a4. Now, a pawns are very unpleasant for the knight. Knight has a hard time to stop those pawns, right? So remember that the rook file pawns are the very unpleasant for the knight, right? Now he Reti played the move 94. It's hard to find better move. Perhaps knight b1 would be better, but after 94, it's clear black is winning immediately by trading, right? You cannot have this knight on e4. It's too strong, right? So he trades that, and look at this move, b4, right? So now the pawn is becoming a queen. You cannot take on b4 after this move, right? And now excellent g5. So white is losing the game now after king e5, king e4. And of course, you're going to capture the pawn on g4 and get the queen. Okay, let's go back and find some other ideas here. For instance, c4, right? There are a lot of different moves here, but one that would be kind of easy for kids would be this idea, right? G5, and if pawn pushes forward, you simply go to e5, and now you have an excellent king, right? And after king f3, you can play bishop to a4. So the pawn is attacked and it cannot be protected. So the strategy that we have here is the strategy of the principle of two weaknesses, right? Where you simply threatening king f4, and you also want to play bishop a4, so attack on both sides. So this is important, and let's see one more time. The most important moves, I think, h5, right? That's a very important move. Then you have d4, right? And I also like, of course, I like this centralized bishop, right? This idea is great, but I like creation of the a pawn as a pass pawn, like this move, a4, and then b4, and creating that pawn. Right, that's what we learned today. So we had a game where the bishop is stronger than a knight. Now, if you want to practice, right, set up this position, and you can, again, click here on this circle, practice with the computer. Of course, you can do it in chess.com as well. I like to play them in both chess.com and Lead Chess. So that's the way you could really learn those kind of end games, by playing them, right? It's very important that you play them, not only just to see them, but from playing you are going to learn a lot. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this game number 2, and again, my name is Saudin, and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye bye.